Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I want to do a quick kind of run through on how to play Barbarian in Dark and Darker. I want to make this kind of not too long. I did try to make this tutorial, but then I made it way too long, and I was like, oh, this is too long to watch. So let's go through it real quick, and also I just died, so it's perfect. I have all the starting gear, so I can give you a better representation as a beginner, kind of how to go through it. You know what I mean? I went to a high roller, and I got wrecked. You love to see it. It is what it is. Probably shouldn't have went solo, but it is what it is. All right, so Barbarian, what is it? So it's a class where you have you're very slow, but you hit like a tank. You're a tanky, dual wielding beast that's pretty slow in terms of your movement speed. Again, and now let's go over starting gear real quick. You start off with no armor for your chest, but there's an ability that you can use that actually gives you a bonus without the chest piece. You start with this battle axe, which is absolute garbage. If you can find a felling axe or a double axe, I suggest you do so. Those are the two best axes in my opinion. I know some people are going to say, oh no, it's actually this one or it's actually that one. Felling axe or double axe. What's the difference? Double axe has a bigger range, but it's a little bit slower. Felling axe has a shorter range, but it's a lot faster. So again, whichever one you would like, and also the one that's slower does more damage. I like the double axe. I could two-tap most people with it. Felling axe takes a couple more hits, but if you have a really high level felling axe, then it'll take 2 hits as well, right? And sometimes you can even one-shot somebody, like you can one-shot a rogue, you can one-shot a wizard if you hit him in the head, even one-shot a cleric if you hit him in the head pretty good. But this is what you start out with. Usually I like to put it like this. You got the torch on one side and you have the axes on one side. The axes help you destroy protection shields pretty well. Also, if someone's running away and you think they're very close to death, throw one of these at them and you might get lucky and kill them. Make sure you actually utilize these. They're pretty good. Again, against people that are faster than you, you're going to want to use them because you might not catch up with the axe because, again, you're pretty slow, especially when you're starting out. Okay? Now let's go over perks and skills real quick. So perks and skills, I always use Rage and Savage Roar over Relentless Attack and Warcry. So Relentless Attack pretty much makes it so your next hit does crazy amounts of damage. It ignores 75% of your enemy's defense, so pretty much true damage if you want to call it that. But the problem is if you hit a wall, if you hit a shield, there goes your one attack. And obviously the negative of this is you have minus 55 armor rating. It's not worth it in my opinion because you'll miss a lot, especially with a dual-handed axe. It's just part of the game. Warcry, pretty trash. It looks good, especially if you're with a team, but again, the other two are just the better options. If you can have 3 of them, I'll pick Warcry as my 3rd option, and then Relentless Attack is my 4th. Savage Roar, this increases your strength and movement speed, what's called by 15%, and also your defense is decreased by 20%. You use this to run away a lot of the times, but you also use this to chase a lot of the times. So if you're trying to run out of the circle that's enclosing on you, if you're trying to run away because there's like a team following you, you're low health, you can't fight anymore, you can use this to run away. But also you can use this to chase people that are faster than you, since you're pretty slow. Unless you get items that give you movement speed, you're pretty slow. Next is Savage Roar, very good. So what it does is frightens all enemies within a 7.5 medium radius for 3 seconds. And then for 6 seconds, it reduces their physical damage bonus by 25%. So within the 6 seconds, the first 3 seconds works on AI only, by the way, and not bosses. What it does is that it either dazes them, where they're going to just stand still and let you hit them, or they're going to run away. It's kind of random when it happens. But usually if you're kind of already engaged in combat and you hit the Savage Roar, they usually will not run away. If you're not currently in combat with any of the AI, like the Goblin, the Skeleton, then what's going to happen is they're gonna run away as soon as you hit this Savage Roar. If they haven't swung on you yet, if you hit the Savage Roar, then they will run away, which makes it even harder for you to actually hit them. So usually I would suggest you let them swing once, dodge it, and then Savage Roar, so then they stand still, so you can kind of kill them. But that's only for 3 seconds. And then for the next 3 seconds, which makes it 6 seconds total, their physical damage will be reduced by 25%. This also works on players, the 25% damage reduction as well. But usually you're going to use this on AI. You can use this to run away from, let's say, you can use it to run away from a lot of the let's say you're getting chased by a lot of AI, right? And you want to open a chest, for example, if you don't have this ability, even though I think you should, this is the first ability you should get. I'm going to explain it. But yeah, if you're bunched up with a lot of units, or if you're in a team and you get into a room with a lot of units, hit the Savage Roar, and then a lot of your teammates and also you can get a lot of free shots on the AI and dwindle the numbers. Okay. Now, in terms of perks, these are actually kind of like in the order I suggest you get them as well. So first is Smash. It's the ability to destroy unreinforced doors in sturdy containers. So you don't have to actually search through the oak containers unless they're very huge containers. And also doors, you can just completely get through them by just hitting them, and the door will just pretty much break and you can walk through it. It also increases the impact power of your attacks +1 to do better defeat blocks and parries, so you can kind of like brute force your way if someone just tries to continuously try to block you with a shield. But mainly what you're going to use it for is to run away or to surprise enemies, you know, by breaking the door. And obviously you don't have to spend so much time actually searching through a chest unless it's super reinforced. And also if you have the double axe, it breaks more different containers than the felling axe, because I guess it's bigger, so it's technically classified as like a bigger axe, even though they're both two-handed. But yeah, get this one first. Really good. It'll save you time in obviously opening doors and also opening containers. So pretty good. Next is Axe Specialization. It adds a base 10 weapon damage to your axes. It makes pretty much even bad axes pretty good. You want it. It gives you good damage. Obviously, you want to do as much damage as possible with your axes because you don't have as fast of attack as, let's say, a rogue or a lot of other classes. So you want your hits to, whenever they do hit, to do a lot of damage. Next is Carnage. So this increases your strength +10 for 7 seconds when a target is killed. So if you go into a room with a lot of targets, choose the smallest target first, hit him, kill them usually with one shot, a spider, one of those like flying mosquitoes, the skulls with the wings. Those guys, if you hit one of these, your strength's going to be increased +10, and then every time you kill another one, the 7 seconds is going to be reset. So it's pretty good if you're going to, you know, take out a room. They're very good at clearing rooms, barbarians. Next is Toughness. Increase of 10% of HP. Just makes you a lot more tankier. It's pretty good in my opinion. Now, moving on to these. There's 3 viable ones, which is Iron Will, Morale Boost, and Savage. Iron Will, if you're facing a lot of wizards and you're scared of wizards, I'm scared of wizards, I just run away from them. I would choose Iron Will over Toughness. This increases your magic resistance, makes you a lot better versus, obviously, mages, but also something that has a lot of magic resistance is the Northern Full Tonic, which usually is sold by the Armorer. Is he empty? How's he empty? Oh, there you go. It's usually sold by the Armorer. Right now it's not, but usually if you keep checking, he sells it for about 13 gold, so it's not that expensive, and it does the job pretty well. But yeah, I would switch that out if you're facing a lot of wizards and you're scared of wizards and you actually want to fight them. I just run away. Next you have is the Morale Boost. If you're chasing a lot of kills and you expect to get into just PvP fights, usually I don't get in too many PvP fights in my playstyle. I'm not super aggressive, but I will. Obviously, you still do get into fights. In my opinion, it's not as worth it as all the other ones that I have, but it can be if you're solely searching for PvP fights. And then lastly, you have Savage, which is physical damage bonus increased by 10% when not wearing any chest armor. I'm going to currently actually put this on instead of the Toughness because actually yeah, that should be fine. I'm gonna put it instead of the Toughness. This is really good, especially on your character when you know, with the starting gear, because he doesn't have a starting template. If you were to, like, you know what I mean, you know, just start out level 1, first get Smash, then I would get Savage. Then I would get Savage and kind of go like this. And these are kind of interchangeable depending on how you want to do it. But yeah, Savage is pretty good when you have no armor. Obviously, take it off once you start getting armor and change it back to Toughness or Iron Will or Morale Boost. Up to you, right? Two-handed Weapon Expert, get 5% more physical attack power. It's trash compared to the +10 this one gives you. Pretty trash. This one, the lower your remaining HP is, the kind of like the stronger your attack power is. Again, very trash. You don't want to have low HP if you can help it, because, you know, wall traps happen. You forget sometimes. You might get hit by an enemy even though you thought you were out of their range. And if you have low HP because you're banking on, you know, being very strong, you might get caught off guard, get hit, and then you die. You know what I mean? You always want to keep your HP high. So it's not that good. Now, in terms of how I would do a layout, I'm gonna run just this normal layout with nothing on. But what I would do once I get some gold, if I were you, I would go to first of all the merchants, and I would search for the main thing you want to search for in terms of like let's say items. What do you want to see in terms of their, like, you know, bonus stats? You want to see movement speed bonus. As you can see, this one has it. You know, any movement speed always helps the barbarian. The problem is he's really slow. If you can make him a lot faster, that's a scary sight to see. And also max HP, and then also any kind of reduction to let's see if I have anything like that. Do I have any reduction? I don't think I do currently. But anything that gives you a reduction to what do you call it? Yeah, I don't. To like any magic resistance, any projectile resistance, anything like that is always good, just to make him a lot more tankier, right? And obviously physical power, just for more, you know, of an attack power. And in terms of potions, this is kind of how I usually lay it out. It's very simple. It gets me pretty well. Boom. And let me put this right over here. This is how my layout would usually look. I usually put in another pot right over here, and I put. This is how a normal thing would look. And usually, obviously, the battle axe is trash. I would usually pick the double axe. I would wear the North full tonic. And this is a pretty good build. You know what I mean? It's very cheap. Double axes, just a normal double axe will cost you 13 gold. Northern tonic, again, 13 gold. This right here, you find abundance of them in the dungeons, so it's not that big of a deal. You can search them up. Sometimes the merchants sell. I usually look for greens, right? They sell, as you can see, that they sell this as well. But the tailor does, and so does the leathersmith. You can find some good stuff. As you can see, this has magic resistance for 27. It's not that great. Whenever I look at this section, I usually look for like movement speed. A lot of times they have plus movement speed as their bonus if they're green. But yeah, always check these guys. Check the Goblin Merchant once you have enough as well. Like for example, this could be good. Again, he kind of gives you kind of like different varieties. So it's kind of a gamble. It's up to you. And this guy has really good stuff, but obviously you need the extra currency in the game, which changes all the time. And currently I'm pretty sure 20 gold is the cost of one of these. So pretty much 20 times 25, what is that? That's about 500 gold if you were to just buy 25 of these. But you can earn these by just playing in the dungeon. They randomly drop. As you can see, there's some really good stuff right here for Barbarian. And also Surgeon, this is where you get the bandages. Again, you can get 3 of each. But again, I would start off with just the the 5 gold ones. And the Alchemist, you got your Potion of Protection for 4, and you got your health pots for 6. They refresh every 20 minutes, if you didn't know. So once you get 3, they actually disappear. Let me get 3 real quick. See, it disappears, but in 20 minutes they are refreshed. Now let's take all this off, and let's go in naked, and I'm going to show you kind of how I would run through it if I was naked, if I was a beginning player like you, if you are a beginning player. And then maybe I'll make like a part 2, because I don't want to keep the video too too long, where I actually run through with full armor, okay? But running around naked with a Barbarian is actually not too bad. He's pretty strong just literally by his starting gear. And make sure you obviously have the Savage, since you don't have a chest piece. And this looks pretty good to me. Let's do it. All right, let's go into the Goblin Caves. The difference between these two, obviously this one you can have teams. I would suggest you do Goblin Caves. Goblin Caves, Barbarians, it's kind of like a playground. You're like the bully of the playground because you're pretty strong. You know what I mean? And in 1v1 scenarios, Barbarian wins most cases, unless, you know, classes that can beat a Barbarian is obviously another Barbarian, in my opinion, and Wizards can really screw over Barbarians. Wizards are like a complete counter to Barbarians, in my opinion. But again, if you get too close to a Wizard, you can one-tap them. And then Rangers, obviously, they're just good versus everybody. But usually in Goblin Caves, you'll have pretty good success as a Barbarian. In Forgotten Castle, you're gonna have to be more careful. But again, if you have good gear, obviously we don't have good gear right now. I would suggest you start at Goblin Caves. It's a much easier experience. Let's start! Alright, now once I'm in here, I like to check out everybody else's gear because I'm kind of nosy, but also it helps you kind of see, you know, who's who. You want to see whoever is fully armored. You want to see how much of everyone there is. You can see he's barely armored. We got a lot of Barbarians in here. We have one Wizard. No, that's a Cleric, actually. And we have 2 Rangers. Nobody has really any full armor, as I can see, so it's going to be a little bit easier of a match for us. But usually, you want to see if anybody has a lot of armor, and obviously, since you don't have a lot of armor, you guys want to, you know, dodge them a little bit, because you don't have a lot of good armor. But once you get good armor, you can then, you know, attack them and all that, and get into battles with them. You can try to do it while you're naked too, but you're probably going to die, because gear plays a very important role in this game as well. There's skill, definitely, but there's, you know, a guy who's fully geared versus a guy who's not fully geared. Fully geared guy wins, even sometimes just by sheer luck because of the gear they have, even if the other guy tries his absolute best. But there's definitely skill in this game too, so, you know. Let's get rid of this so it doesn't keep spawning. As you can see, there's a guy fighting. Go. Again, also, when you're just starting out, you don't have to take every fight, you know what I mean? Oh, that's good. And you also want to look, potions, bandages is what you're really looking for when you first start, because once you get going, once you get a couple wins under your belt, again, you're going to want to load up on potions and you're going to feel a lot more secure. But in the beginning, obviously, you want to look for it in the actual dungeon. Our next guy, let's scare him, get a couple of free hits. Usually with the start, I cannot believe I just took damage from him. But usually with the starting weapon, oh, that's also good. With the starting weapon, you shouldn't expect to, you know, do crazy damage on any of the AI. On the later weapons, you can really like one-shot some guys, you know what I mean? One-shot some of the AI. As you can see, this has 4 physical power, pretty good for me. Makes my axe just a little bit stronger. Even more pots, don't need the spell book, it's too bulky and it doesn't sell for too much. You want to stick to like 2 space and 1 space unless it's like a blue or a really nice green that you know, can think you could sell in the marketplace. That's the enemy. I'm gonna let him swing. Boom. Usually whenever you attack anybody, you just kind of want to like get close to them so their swing animation goes off, but as it's going off, you want to back up. So boom, get close, then back up. And then you should be good to attack. If you don't do the backup thing, oh, quarterstaff. This is also an okay, I guess I might use it because it has like a block. Because it's still, anything's really better than the battle axe, I'll be honest with you, the starting battle axe. So I might even use the quarterstaff. But I don't really typically like it. But I'll use it because it's pretty fast. Now this is when you use the axe, throwing axe. In these situations, as you can see. There you go. I know he wanted to be friendly with me, but listen. If you got the upper hand, listen, you're in a dungeon. Listen, you do what you do. Oh, I forgot. I thought he died. Okay, I'm an idiot. I thought my man's died, but he didn't die. Alright, let me, okay. And with archers, you just kind of want to go to the side, either this side or that side, and you'll usually take care of them. Longbow, 3 damage, you can probably sell that. Now we want to heal up real quick with whatever we have. That's also a good place that we're about to go to. Let's just loot this guy real quick. Still good? Okay. Alright, we're gonna loot this. doesn't have anything really else on him that's worth looting. Okay, regardless. This is also an exit, by the way. This is an exit that you can use. So be wary of that. Alright, now let's take care of this guy. We're going to get close. Use this. Try to get headshots. Try to get headshots. There you go. And now, obviously, the shrine is beautiful because it's going to heal us up to full health. And there's a lot of actual, what do you call it? Loot over here as well. Ooh, a blue +1 attributes. Yeah, that's something you take. Even though it's bulky, you take that, especially early on. That's something you could definitely sell. We're going to need a run once we take this. I do want to take it because there might be something really good in here. Not really good. Okay, now let's use our Q to run faster. I got hit with the thing before there, so I don't want to get hit twice by it. So we have a little bit of defense. Let's keep running. Keep running. Use your door ability for right now. As you can see, we have a fighter over there. We're going to dodge him because he has pretty good gear, so we're not going to deal with it. Sometimes you don't have to take every fight, you know what I mean? It's not required. You can hide a little bit more because, you know, if you can't beat him, just, you know, just relax a little bit. Hide a little bit and you'll be fine, you know? Get your loot up a little bit and go from there. Usually, you know, you'll learn where the spots are. Oh, and also, by the way, like for these areas right here, as you can see, if I was to jump with the weapon on, I wouldn't be as fast. You press X to sheath your weapon, and obviously these give you a lot of movements, minus movement speed. This one's only -10, but this one's -45. So if you want to run away really fast, let's say you run away from people, you want to press X to sheath your weapon, and then obviously when you jump, you can jump farther, as you can see. And sometimes you need to make these jumps in certain parts of the map, so keep that in mind. I don't really want to go in there. I think I see a pendant down there though, so I do want to grab that. Is that a pendant? Nope, that's just some loot. That's fine though. Let's keep it going. There's a chest right here. That guy's fighting in the main. I don't really like the hatchet, but again, you might want to grab it if you're just starting out. There's a guy fighting in here. And there's a portal that just spawned there. So we might actually want to do a fight real quick. And as you can see, he opened the portal for us. And where's he at? Just so I could do it in his face. Let me do this, and we're out. And that pretty much does it. As you can see, sometimes patience pays off. He thought that he could, you know, open it, do his looting, and as you can see, we made it out. Very simple, very easy, not too hard. We didn't get too much loot, but again, this could probably sell for a good amount. This could probably sell for a good amount. And obviously, if we go to our, you know, collector, he's the guy who buys all this stuff right over here. Let's see how many we got. We got 59 gold from that. Not bad. And then probably if we were to sell this, I don't know if I'll, you know, sometimes it takes a while to sell certain items. Let's say this is +1 attribute, so we're going to do that. So we're going to do +1 attribute. Everybody knows what that means, ATR. If you want to just sell it super quick, what is stuff selling for? You could even look it up. You go to item name, go to frock, 500, 400. What do these have? Okay, so what if I sell this for? We can do something easy. Let's do 100. See if anybody gives us anything. If we do 100, just wait for it. Give it a little bit. Just give it a little bit. Okay, so no one had it. So let's go again. Let's do +1 ATR. Let's do 50 gold. Let's see if anybody bites. Anybody bites? Any fish bite? Obviously, we're getting close to the end of the playtest, so people aren't really buying stuff. Oh, there you go. Requested a trade. Boom, boom, boom. Put it in there. There you go. He's going to give us 50 for it. Boom. Obviously, the trading fee is 15, so we're only going to get 35 for it. But that's only if you want to sell it super quick and you want to get the gold. So now, technically, from that one run, we got, what was that? So that's 35 for that trade, plus what was that, like 56? So what is that like? It's a little bit over 90. Was that 91 gold? We still have these silver coins. We could translate this into gold as well. So we got close to 100 gold off that run, which is not bad. It's enough for you to buy even, look, 3 bandages. That's 15 gold. Boom. There you go. Our healing and our protection. So that's 16 plus 15 plus 3 times 8. I mean, 6 times 3, that's 18. 18 plus 15 plus 16. What is that? 31 plus 18. That's 49 gold that we just wasted on all those pots. Not wasted. It's going to go to a good use, obviously. Then you load up like this. I usually like to go like this and put this over here. This is like how I like to run it. And then you go into the next one. Obviously, this one probably might... Usually when you get like a green, what I like to do is if your stash is empty, just put the green there and put it into sections. Like, as you can see, I have this section of just stuff for fighters. And once I get enough of these, or like, you know, if I get like a set, or if I, you know, I get a long bow, then I get like a ranger's special item or ranger special helmets. I go into the trade, I select all of them, and I say selling all, and then I just give a little discounted price. Like if I was to sell this for 50 gold, right? Let's say I had 4 of these, right, that I was selling at the same time. I wouldn't sell it for 200 gold. I just say, hey, give me 150 for all of them. So pretty much it's like getting one bow for free. And people usually take it just so they can always have, you know, a spare if they lose it, because obviously you're going to die a lot. But that pretty much does it. It's very simple. It's kind of how you play. Be patient. Even as a barbarian, be patient sometimes. As you can saw by our ending. Take the fights that you can. Don't take the fights that you can't. Be friendly. Sometimes you can even betray people. Hey, it's a free-for-all, man. You got to get out with the loot. Sometimes you might befriend somebody and there might be one portal left. Do what you got to do. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.